Hello everyone and welcome to Irondice mode, Samuel session 2. We're here with chill music, we're vibing. And we're gonna catch the criminals. Isn't that right there, Timmy?
Catching criminals!
Hell yeah.
That's my favorite shit in the world! I love the cops!
Yeah! This is the cop campaign. How's your week been, Timmy?
Silk's on and Pikmin 4 go crazy.
Yes, you've had a crazy video game month in general. It's been wild. We talked about it a lot before session started.
We've been here for an hour and a half.
We have been. Curtains drawn back. We're chilling because Timmy woke up and then we had to, I wanted him to start, getting his old noggin going before we do D&D. So that he's been away for a while.
I'm a morning person. I can be up for 5 minutes and be fully there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a superpower.
Sure,
I'm just like that.
It's fine.
Why do you say that like you don't believe me?
It's funny in that way. We forgot something last time. We did not give you any XP for the session.
True. I deserve 1 billion XP.
That is not true. So let's go over some XP rules. So there's some categories for XP.
There's categories for XP. What the fuck does that mean?
There's like lots of different ways you gain XP. So I'm gonna start saying a bunch of stuff. We're gonna start with class XP because this is always individual. And for a rogue, you get XP per successful use of a rogue ability. Did you eavesdrop on anyone, or move silently, climb a wall, anything like that?
Hide in shadows, detect noise, climb walls, read languages, backstab, find or remove traps, open lost pocket. No, I did not.
You did not use any of that shit. Yeah, great.
I did not use any of that. No.
So no XP from that. Hit die defeated. Did you defeat any creatures?
No, I did not.
Player has a clever idea.
I think checking the guards at the end of the last session was a pretty clever idea.
That was a pretty clever idea. I like that one. Otherwise, I feel like we're a little bit too early for all the clever ideas to come in. But yeah, take 100 XP for a clever idea.
Okay, let me pull up my... Yeah, let me pull up my character sheet.
Yeah.
Takes 5 eons to load. Okay. No, it's still loading. I love PDFs.
Do you have the warm-up for...
Yes, I have warm-up.
Alright, great.
Alright, where does XP go? Where do I put my XP? Oh,
you should have written out already somewhere, like 1,500.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. That's like...
100.
Yeah.
Fantastic, okay.
Okay, then let's see. Character has an idea that saves his life. No, did not happen last session.
No, it wasn't even in danger.
Player roleplays his character well. You absolutely did that. I thought it was fantastic. Take 200 experience.
200 for playing the game?
Yes, for playing the game in an entertaining and good way. It's basically player roleplays his character well because they're only a one-player campaign, and I pick good players to play in my sessions, according to myself. It basically is like a free 200 experience for playing a session, pretty much. And then defeating creature in single combat.
Nope.
No, did not fight anyone. And then we have plot experience. Now, you haven't gone through too much plot yet. We haven't completed a character arc or anything. But I think that for what you did, you can take another 100 for just plot progression.
Okay.
For getting somewhere in the story.
I like XP. Ooh, I'm an XP goblin.
And of course, the other way for you to get experience is to solve crime. I will measure it in money and give you experience for that because you're not doing crime, you're solving crime.
Yeah.
So per like money return to the crown, we will give you experience.
For sure.
Great. That was last session's XP. What is like the last note you have? Was it talking to the guard? I think that was the very last.
Yeah, so right? Really the last thing that happened is that I talked to the guard. Let me look at my notes. I talked to the guard to ask if Arnold had come through the eastern entrance.
Yeah.
Which he had. He'd come out of the dock district into the outer district, which I can't remember the name of right now. Does it have a name?
No, it's just
Or
like
is it the outer district?
I've been in my notes. I've been calling it the northwest, the northeast, and then the Dock District.
Yeah, so he came out of the Dock District and went to the northeast on the day he was murdered, September 17th? No, August 17th. And then we had the revelation that yes, he did, and then we cut session. That was like the cliffhanger.
Yeah. Great. So, what do you
Yeah,
do?
yeah, that's
Samuel?
what happened. What do I do? I was going to ask the guard whether or not Mickey had come through. That was his name, right?
Yeah, Mickey, his
Mickey.
bodyguard.
Right. I want a guy on the name of Mickey. Did he also come through on that same day, or any day since then, even?
Yeah, and you're asking this on the eastern gate, right?
Yep.
Like leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 17th of August, I think the events took place, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all the 17th of August that this stuff went down. That Arnold disappeared.
Yeah, it's the 5th of September, as I recall.
And the guard says that, yeah, Mickey definitely left town towards the east, and he is the name directly ahead of Arnold.
So yes, they left together. Has Mickey been seen any day since?
Ooh, okay. He wanted to see if Mickey has crossed this path ever since.
I don't care what direction. Has he gone in? Has he come out?
Yeah, that's an interesting question.
You know, it's interesting thinking about the fact that Arnold was outside the Dock District, but his body was found by the boat, which means someone had to transport his body into the Dock District.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way the current would, like, if they dumped him outside the city, there's no way the current would take him all the way in when he was, like, in the pile of the docks.
Yeah, and also, like, there's no water access out there. The Dock District covers the entire water district. It would have been outside the wall of the entire city in that case, if the current...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would have been outside the city. Yeah. I don't think we would have been able to get, like, his body to get there.
The guard looks through the notes and says, Mickey, I'll say from experience, there are a few Mickeys here in town, but I can recognize some handwriting and such. I'm pretty sure the Mickey you're talking about has been through a couple of times. However, he goes, you want to look through the logs yourself a little bit on that?
Sure.
Yeah, you take him. Give me an intelligence check as you scan through these.
Oh, jeez. Here's my int. Int is 6. So I have to roll 6 or below?
Yes.
Is that how this works?
Yes.
Jeez. $11.
Sad. It is a failure. It's not
Yeah,
the worst
unfortunately, my int is my worst stat for some reason.
Yeah. It is the... I think it's because you're uneducated, is the thing.
Yeah.
But, like... How do I frame this? With that role in mind. There are plenty of Mickeys. And that's just obvious from, like, time of day that they will be entering or coming. Like, if all of this was the same Mickey, then there's, like... Then someone's walking through the gate, like, some days, like, 7 times, right? That's not happening.
Right.
But what you do spot is that, like, there's always a consistently an increase of Mickeys who are leaving, and there's a decrease of Mickeys who are coming. That's what I'll give you with that check.
Like late in the day, you mean?
No, like there are more entries.
Oh, over time.
There are more entries for Mickey's
just period.
leaving than there are for Mickey's entering.
Every single day?
Over the period of time, like half a month.
Okay. Alright. Kill that. In these notes. There are more Mickeys leaving.
It's not a huge amount. It's not like there's like 20 of one of them and 5 of the other. But like, maybe it's like 35 to 30, you know? It doesn't quite add up.
I'll ask the guard about this. I'm like, hey, is this... It seems like there's more Mickeys leaving the Dog District than there are entering the Dog District over this period of time. Could that be a clerical mistake? Or...
Maybe it's a bunch of Mickeys that came in on a boat. And then they traveled further from there. Travelers. I don't know.
Or the other gate. Right?
Or the other gate. That's possible, too. There's a lot of things that could explain that.
Okay. Sure. Thanks.
No problem.
All right. I guess... I feel like I know that Arnold's out in the northeast side, but I feel like I am at a bit of a loss now. Insofar as I don't know anybody else that could give me info out there. Like, it's a whole part of the city, and all I have is a guy's name.
Yeah.
A common name.
Yeah. So you walk around a little bit. Do you want to stay within the inner wall, or do you want to head out into the northeast?
I'm thinking. I might want to... I think I'm going to switch gears, and I'm going to leave Arnold behind in the investigation for right now.
Okay.
And I'm going to do some data journalism. I want to head back and talk to Marina, I think.
Okay. You start walking back, and you're going to be a little bit interrupted on the way there.
Sure. That's convenient.
Let's do like that is way too intense. You cross over, and you notice that there is a man holding a speech in a pretty like open street corner. And you recognize this man as Father Frederick, who is the cleric to Bylad, god of law, here in town. The Temple of Bylad is in the Dark District, very much in the middle. When you were walking from the west gate and you were going to like Marina's office, we would have walked by the Temple of Bylad several times. It is the biggest temple in town, as it is in most towns. Bylad is by far the most popular god in this realm. He's not one of the high six, really not, but he is the god of society, civil order, law, all of these things, right? And so it is very beneficial to have his temple be popular, and so it's very well funded, and so it can grow very big, and it can be very well sustained, you know, from rulers.
Sure.
Rulers like Bylad. Keeps things in line. And Father Frederick is speaking about how there's clearly all of these deaths that are happening is the fault of people not conducting the rituals properly. And so he is holding this speech about the importance of home ritual to make sure that you face the right way when you do certain actions, that you do not cast trash outside the temple, that you follow proper procedure, that you record keep correctly. And in the end, he says that clearly the nature, what Bylad is telling us here, is that proper ritual in the docks is not being followed. The proper procedures are not being kept. And he himself is putting out his acolytes into the streets to make sure that ritual and law are upkept properly. And he's basically saying that if you get stopped on the street, follow along, listen to what the acolytes are saying. If they check you for that you're doing your day work properly, that you're following, that you're not like skirting around regulation, that you're following all the record keeping, make sure that you follow and show your stuff, you know? Make sure that you can back up your stuff, because we will be checking. Because we have broken the will of Bylad.
We have Bylad ice agents on us.
And this is especially true for anyone working in the dock or coming in on a ship. There's like this hint of... It's not racism, but it is like literal xenophobia. Like, people coming from far away with their goods, it's not good for us. Like, they aren't following the proper rules, the proper regulations. And so it is fucking everything up. That's like the summary of his speech, which I will not roleplay right now. What does Samuel feel about that?
Samuel is obviously a pious man, a God-fearing man, but Samuel's personal belief is that even if Father Frederick is right, and Bylad is some sort of retribution for crimes committed against Bylad's ways, Samuel doesn't believe that the gods work their retribution so directly. That if this is retribution, they had an agent carry this out. And so it's still important, even if Father Frederick is right, to find the people who are doing this.
Yeah. Great.
Because ultimately, gods don't kill humans, humans kill humans.
Yeah.
Unlike guns, which kill humans.
Great. Back to nice music.
Incredible.
That was my creepy religion music.
This is this brings up a question though. When unmarked, I guess, dead bodies are found, where do they go? So like these random like pally sailors. These random pally sailors that show up a month after they disappeared.
I'm pretty sure that the Temple of Bylad and the Temple of Chalk probably split duties on that. And that the Temple of Chalk is probably mostly responsible when they show up in the ocean. Because this town has, like... Of course, temples... Pretty much every temple in this world allows you to pray to every god, right? Like, it's a pantheon.
Sure.
They're all important. But whoever the
Right.
cleric is in a certain temple, there's usually, like, one head cleric for every temple. And so, that cleric's chosen deity is usually, like, the main focus of that temple in particular. And... the bigger the city, the more this is the case. Because then you will have more temples, and so you can have more specialized ones. If you went to the capital in Cagium, you would have, like, temples which are extremely specialized. And it's all, like, if you're gonna pray to a different god, like, there's not gonna be the proper, like, altars there for that. Because you should just go to a different one, because it's available. In Robur, there are 3 temples. It's a pretty big town, but there's 3 of them, which is... for the scale of this town, is actually quite few. Robur, a city the size of Robur would usually have like 5 or 6 usually. But it's a little bit scaled down, and it's because these 3 are like very strong ones, especially 2 of them. And the two big ones are...
Chalk, and...
There is also a temple to Punyar here, and it is because of the quite substantial halfling population, and they're big Punyar fans, and so... having a temple to Punyar, which is out on the western side, out where all the halflings live.
Want to spell Punyar for me?
Punjar.
Oh, Jar.
Like a jar of puns. Punjar.
Punjar. I've never seen Punyar.
I probably was because I'm Swedish, so...
Yeah, alright, cool. And Chalk, okay. And Chalk is?
Chalk is the god of the ocean and rage.
Okay, makes sense.
He's an aspect of the god of death.
Okay.
He likes...
Perfect.
You pray to him if you're gonna go on an ocean trip. You pray to him if your local sports team loses, because you're mad. Like, the ocean and anger. He's also the god of storms in a lot of ways. He's an aspect, but he's very powerful. Punyar is the god of food. So he gets that bread, baby. His symbol is literally like a loaf of bread on a green background.
Yes, I've seen it. I saw you and Cappi argue with that one for like...
It's a really good
so
symbol.
long.
It's a really, really good symbol that Cappi masterfully drew.
Yeah.
And then hated.
She's the goat. Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna continue on to Marina. For now.
Continue on to Marina.
But I have some more ideas after this this little change.
When you get there, the doors are closed and there is a line outside. And inquiring into it a little bit, you can quickly find out that the place is closed down for a moment because she is showing her new assistant around and teaching the ropes.
I'm gonna go look for her then. I've been around this dock all morning, and I've been around just in general.
You just fuck the line. I just go inside and open the door.
Oh, she's showing her assistant around the docks or around in the building?
In the building.
Oh, I'll come back later then.
Hi.
Where is the Temple of Chalk?
It is also in the dock district. It would be to the far east, almost like where the two walls meet.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down there then. Introduce myself to the head cleric.
Yeah. You come down to the Temple of Chalk. And this one is... If the Temple of Bylad is big and grand, and like multi-storied, like very cathedral looking, the Temple of Chalk is more like a courtyard, sort of. That has it's like a square building, a little bit, think like Chinese shape to it. We have these square buildings with this open middle. It's like the architecture doesn't look Chinese, just that shape specifically.
Sure. It looks like an Italian palazzo or something.
Yeah, and in the middle there's this like ankle high water that is just throughout the entire center of the area. So people just walk around. So instead of having like a garden in there, they have like a pond that people walk straight through, sort of. And
is the pond just have like a straight sandy bottom, or is there like an ecosystem in there?
It's mostly like a rock bottom, like that could have been like the center square at some point. It's like paved, a bunch of rocks in the bottom. But like, is there a goldfish here or there? Yeah.
Okay.
But people just walk straight through it.
And then I assume like some weeds that the goldfish munch on.
Yeah, here and there. You can clearly see like some paths through there. Like, if you had a big garden, there would be like these wishways.
Yeah.
You kind of see those paths in like different colored rock, and people tend to stick to that. But it's really, really ankle high. It's not that high at all.
Right, for sure.
And so you head inside, and there's acolytes walking here and too. Because again, the Temple of Chalk is quite substantial here. The Temple of Bylad is quite substantial. Temple of Punjar much smaller.
Sure. Would I know the head cleric's name?
Yeah. You know Keith. Keith is well known.
All right.
He's an important figure in town.
Father Keith.
Yes, Father Keith.
I'll also tap one of the acolytes on the soldiers on the shoulder. He's passing me by, and he says, "Excuse me, I'm looking for Father Keith. Do you know where he is?"
Oh, let's figure out who this is. This is a young guy. Just a kid, like a 14-year-old kid. You tap on the shoulder, and he goes, and who might you be?
Sorry. My name is Samuel. I'm with the city guard. I'm on an investigation.
Oh, I'm Jimmy.
Okay.
Father Keith is. I think. Yeah. I can get you to him. No problem. No problem, Mister. I can do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And he starts leading you over.
Sure.
And
didn't really need an escort, but I was asking for directions, but that works.
Yeah, but he seems intent on escorting you, and he also looks a little bit nervous, like he keeps looking back at you, like you're a little bit weird. And he leads you out towards a back area, where you can see that there is a guy. How old is Keith? I have that written down somewhere here.
Keith.
Keefy. Samuel NPC list. He's like this 29-year-old guy. So he's younger than you, but he's like a proper adult. And he is currently overseeing they seem to be practicing for some kind of ritual. Like they are laying out, he has some acolytes just lay around a bunch of salt and he keeps going over it like, no, this wouldn't please Chalk. This isn't right. And then he goes over it again and he starts working on designing. It seems like he works on it a little bit like an architect might, or an artist to design a perfect ritual.
Sure. So he's like landscaping, basically?
More like choreographing.
Okay.
You know that all the blue gods, all the gods under Yukata, they're really into like big grand rituals, whereas the red gods under Sumeru, like Bylad, are much more into small rituals, but more personal stuff. So yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, I'll just hang out on the side until he's done.
Yeah, you start hanging out, but Lil Jimmy will go up to him and say, Father Keith, there's a guy here. He's from the guard. I think his name was Samuel. I think he needs to speak with you." And Keith sort of like, "Oh, of course." And he comes over. "Oh, hello there." Strong hand forward. Father Sam.
Yeah.
No, for Samuel. Father Keith here. Oh,
I give him a big firm handshake.
yeah. Pleasure to meet you.
Both hands, as Samuel's wont to do. He grabs both hands. He goes,
Yes.
"It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for seeing me." Is there like some sort of like particular like? Is there like a proper way to greet a religious figure?
You would call them father or brother if they are of magical cleric. If they are a cleric with magical powers, they would be a father. And if they are some other kind of worker, like a normal priest or a acolyte, you'd call them brother.
Yeah. I was thinking like more like, should I like bow? Should I like fucking
General
spin
respectability,
around?
like when you talk to your boss.
Sure. All right. Thank you so much for seeing me, Father. I'm investigating the slew of bodies that have shown up in the docks for the last couple of months.
A very potent issue.
Indeed, it's bad business. I'm not sure, obviously, but I assumed that most of the unidentified bodies or the bodies of Pally sailors might have been sent here. Is that correct?
Yes. We have been tasked with dealing with the sailors as they have perished in the domain of Chalk.
All right. I was hoping that I could see your records, see whose people might have been, what they looked like, when they showed up dead.
We do not
stuff like
conduct
that.
record keeping.
You don't conduct any kind of record keeping.
No. We
Or when bodies enter your temple at all.
we receive bodies and we set them out to sea. We construct little rafts. I'm sure you've seen it at times.
Of course.
We set fire to them and we set them out to sea.
I'm aware of what you do, of course. I was just, I suppose I assumed that you would keep records of how many bodies you take and how many you out. Just for like, just so you know what your inventory is, even.
We take it day by day. If we cannot find, we go out and we seek.
Fair enough. I suppose I'll ask you, do you know how many of these sailors that you've brought in?
Dozens this summer.
Dozens?
Yes, somewhere between a dozen and two.
Okay.
Maybe over two. Difficult to say. You know, we're blessed to live in a town where so many people follow Bylad that record keeping sort of is outside of our need in a lot of ways, and I assume it does leave some holes to be asked for it for your profession, but honestly, it's not much of a concern here.
Oh, certainly. I don't think you've done anything wrong, of course.
Frederick would disagree.
Well.
Speaking of that man, awfully misguided, is he not?
You mean with his little speech outside the temple earlier?
Well, he believes Bylad is behind these bodies showing up. I could never imagine a god such as Bylad resulting in death, an aspect of the god of life, there is no way. That simply wouldn't be the case.
I was thinking much along the same lines. It also seems suspicious to me, even if that were the case, I don't think a god such as Bylad would just strike down people.
I agree. Absolutely. And show up in the water? No. I know my way. It is Chalk who is angered by this town. We have even seen what is causing these deaths.
Is that right?
Yes.
What is that?
Jimmy, why don't you come over here? Didn't you see it down at the docks? Little Jimmy comes over. Yeah. I was. I can really tell him, Keith, father. And Keith goes, yes, brother Jimmy. Please tell the detective what it was you saw. It will be good for securing our support in our efforts to please Chalk. And little Jimmy goes, well, I was going around affixing fish to the post down at the dock, like we do, to make sure that we sacrifice to great Chalk. And it was dark, so it was night, and I saw this creature out on the docks. It had the torso of a man and the body of a snake. It was moving out towards the edge of the docks. I got real scared after that, and I ran home.
What day was this, brother Jimmy?
Oh, it was 2-3 weeks ago.
2 or 3 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah. It's difficult to say. Something like that.
What dock specifically? What pier specifically was this on?
Oh, it was the one with the really big boat.
That's what I thought. Okay. Thank you, brother Jimmy. You didn't know anything else out of the ordinary that night?
No, just a snake creature. And this is where Keith cuts in. Clearly, a snake creature, a monster, brought into town at such a moment is a signal from Chalk that this place has seen issues in our respect of the oceans, and we have taken in too many boats, and we need to take in fewer. And so we are here to conduct a ritual that will set up proper rules for how many ships come in here, so that the ocean is not too disturbed, too protruded by too many ships going in and out. We seek support from the Count in such efforts.
Well, a worthwhile endeavor to be sure.
I believe so too. I'm happy you see it my way.
Well, thank you very much, Father Keith, Brother Jimmy. Suppose if you don't have anything else, any other information about these bodies, I'll be on my way. Thank you for your help.
Well, thank you for coming to speak with me.
And I'll shake his hand again.
I love interviews and dragons. It's great.
Interviews and dragons is great. Okay, that was less useful than I thought it would be, but I did get a good info out of Brother Jimmy there. I'm going to head. I guess I'll go talk to Frederick now. I'm gonna go introduce myself to Father Frederick at the Temple of Bylad.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's there and hasn't gone off with his acolytes to do some shenanigans.
He was just preaching on a street corner, so he seems to be out.
I thought that was outside. I thought that was he was preaching by the temple.
No. He was on a street corner, in a pretty just where there's a pretty wide cross. It's not like a square or anything, but it was just a street corner where it's a pretty big.
I guess I don't necessarily need to speak to the father anyway. I'm hoping that he has records.
Yeah.
Is really what I'm hoping for. So I'm gonna head down there. And
yeah.
I'll go down to the temple, and if he's there, I can talk to him. If not, I can talk to whatever.
Come down to the Temple of Bylad. And the Temple of Bylad is... It's a lot more formal than Down by Chalk. It's you have this big, impressive structure. You have all of these acolytes walking around respectfully with their heads down. It is very formal religion going on here. And when you inquire about Father Frederick, you learn that he has sought himself to the keep to speak with the Count. And when you ask about the records to one of the acolytes here, you are led into a room of just impenetrable record keeping. There are so many records. There's a ton of them.
Right.
And he asked, what specifically are you looking for?
I'm looking for people who have shown up dead.
People who have shown up dead, yes. And he starts going through it. And he goes, yes, this, and this, and this, and this. And he starts pulling out like different kinds of records here from different things. And he goes, so we have disease, we have age, we have violence. What specifically?
Give me every single death except for age since May.
He hands you a stack. He says, you cannot take this out of here, but you are allowed to study it here.
That's fine.
As part of your duties. This should be reasonable. And you have like stacks that look like the shit in front of the marina in front of you.
Sure.
There's like
I'm doing discovery.
There are like how many people would die in a medieval town in half a year when there's been a decent spree of murders?
4 months.
Yeah. I think it's like at least 150 people.
That's fine. That's manageable.
Yeah. So you go through it, and just based on what you already know about the crimes, you start quickly discovering that outsiders who have never really been a part of this town, who are just sailors, are not showing up here. Because there would be way more based on what you know about this case already. Just foreign...
Sure.
Especially like you know that this started with Pali sailors, right? A whole bunch of them. And there's no Pali sailors mentioned here. This seems to... that they keep track of like people known to live and stay in Robur showing up dead.
Sure.
That is what they have records of. So Arnold's in there, for example.
Sure.
And there's little notes
Arnold's not the first non-poly, though. Arnold's just the first person that matters.
Exactly. The first one who got the Lord's attention on it. And so you end up finding 7 other people.
Seven including Arnold, or 7 on top of Arnold?
On top of Arnold, so 8 total. That are like people known to live in Robur who have shown up dead by floating to the surface.
Sure. Interesting. Okay. I also want to like make doubly sure that is there anybody else who's died under suspicious circumstances in the same time frame? Like if they die of like obvious disease.
Obvious disease
like,
is not suspicious.
They show up dead. I guess like murders is really what I'm looking for. Like murders in town, like that don't have someone caught yet.
Yeah. So
like any unsolved murders or any like very sudden like illnesses, like someone got sick and died like very soon, or anybody who went missing and showed up dead later.
Murder quite recently. That actually your co-worker, Hugh, has been working on that one.
Hugh?
Yes, Hugh, your senior. who taught you the job. You know, he showed you the ropes.
Yep.
He's kind of old. He's been doing this job for a long time. He's pretty
Yeah,
slow now.
I remember him. I remember him.
And so he was given this task because it was like it wasn't that high priority, and he's kind of like too old for this shit, you know?
Right.
And so it is the murder of a halfling. Just writing while I say things. This halfling was an old lady called
Bernadette.
Her name was Rye.
Rye, like red?
Yes, R-Y-E, Rye. Lady, old Rye. Halflings are usually named after food.
Yes.
That's like their whole thing. And so, old Rye was a baker here in town.
Okay.
And had been murdered. And it's a little bit difficult to know exactly how. But she didn't float up. She's not one of the 8.
That's fine.
Because that's what you were looking for. You're looking for other murders, right? And she was murdered. And it seems like the weapon of choice was just dagger to the back in like an alleyway. Like it was very classic. Like woman got stabbed.
Right.
Yep, that's it.
And there's no other unsolved murders or suspicious deaths. No like extremely weird, like extremely fast onset illnesses. Anything, any kind of deaths out of the ordinary.
You find quite a few of these deaths are happening in the eastern area of town, and the reason they don't stand out as much is because it seems like it's gang-on-gang violence, based on what you just know about the thing. Of course, you haven't investigating it, but when you see like, oh, this person who is this age in this part of town, dead by this method, that's probably gang-on-gang violence. Like, it could be something else, but if you go investigate it, like, it could turn out to be a shopkeeper over there too, but it's likely it's gang-on-gang violence. The halfling one stands out because it's in the west part of town, and it's, like, so obvious. Like, a halfling is not a member of these crimes most of the time. That's exceedingly rare.
Sure.
An old lady.
Okay. I was just trying to see if, like, maybe the fact that this MO is so specific... That some other deaths might have been covered up or just like fallen under the wayside because we're focused on investigating this reason. But it seems like that's probably not.
I like the strategy.
It seems like that's probably not the case, but I'll keep in mind this halfling death.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll ask the clerk again. Hey, so you don't have any records for the deaths of the poly sailors that have been coming up in the bay?
No, we do not know who they are. We take records of everyone who comes into town, but most sailors stay on the ship while things are happening, and those sailors were often the ones turning up dead.
They were staying on the ship and turning up dead?
Yeah, or like coming in just right by the docks to have a drink or something. We only really get records of who's coming in when they leave the dock district.
Sure.
The dock district is open.
But you don't have any records of just like, body turned up dead? We don't care who it is?
No, we hand those over to the Temple of Chalk and they dispose of them. You'd have to... Perhaps records are kept of that down in Pali when they dock in their hometown of Jalas, most likely. It would be possible that they see who returns and who doesn't, but it is not kept here.
Yeah, it's not particularly useful. Thank you, though.
No problem.
This has been very, very helpful. I refer to the big stack things. I'm done with these now. Thank you so much.
Right. He makes sure that like you don't put anything back. Like he makes sure you leave everything on the table so he can put it back.
Yeah.
Very meticulous.
I left it there on the table myself on purpose.
Yeah.
Like here, these are yours.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you got half of these from. They're all yours.
Yeah. He seems to put them back in like very different places that make no sense to you. They have some archaic record keeping system here.
Sure. I'm gonna head back and see if Marina is no longer busy.
Yeah, you head back, and Marina seems exceedingly busy working down her queue. Like, there's a lot of people there who need help because she took a break, because she was showing around.
Sure.
But the
I'm
main
waiting
thing
in
you
line.
notice while you're waiting in line, then, is that her new assistant is wearing very clear symbolism of Bylad.
Oh, one of Frederick's acolytes, maybe. Okay. Back to Marina. New assistant possible Bylad acolyte.
It seems very likely from what you're seeing. It's probably an acolyte, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now to wait in line until I'm at the front. I don't want to waste your time. Don't want to make her job harder.
It's definitely getting pretty late now. We've been going around town all day. A lot of walking, going everywhere. So you get at the very back of the line. There's no one else really shows up behind you. Like, you're probably gonna be the last person in before they shut shop. And so you wait there, maybe half an hour, and finally you're let inside. And she breathes out because she goes, "Oh, thankfully, someone I will not have to write down what I talked to you about. Well, how can I help you, officer?"
I've been around, just looking at all kinds of things. I'm trying to track down records of exactly how many bodies we've found. I checked with the Temple of Bylad and Temple of Chuck, and they have incomplete or non-existent records about how many bodies have actually been found. Have you guys any kind of records of, dead body found in the dock?
We do not, unfortunately. I don't think you'll find it anywhere. When it comes to sailors from foreign nations showing up here, even if Pali is technically under Kagian rule, it's bureaucratically not. It's really not kept track of. The individual captains, absolutely, but most of them have left town already.
Oh shit! I forgot something. I totally meant to check. Were there any records back at Bylad that showed like where the bodies were found of the people that I did find, the 8 people that I found? Was there any record of where they were found?
It usually assessed by the docks, and you can also just know about this case from your instructions that bodies float up near the dock bridges all the time.
Yeah, I just want to know exactly, because I know exactly where Arnold was found.
No one has really showed up like in the middle of the water. It's always been close to the docks.
Sure. I wanted to do
all over both of them.
I wanted to go full Jon Snow. Jon Snow, the historical Germanology figure, not the Jon Snow from the Stupid Show.
Definitely was thinking of the Stupid Show.
As in, I wanted to make a map of where all the bodies were found, see if I could find some correlation of what was going on.
It ends up looking like. Why was this the first thing in my head? It ends up looking like scorigami around the fucking dock. There's
so it's just kind of random.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. That's unhelpful.
Yeah.
That's fine. No records of poly deaths.
Yeah. But you've always heard that it's like the numbers you're hearing keep adding up, lining up, right? Initially, it was said 17 to 30. Then someone was like, "Oh, maybe a dozen or two."
Well, Marina. Marina undercounted compared to Keith.
Yes.
Marina said 12 to 18. Keith said it could be above 2 dozen, which means that Keith is counting possibly 6 or more than Marina's counting. I don't know if that's just that one of them is dumb. If one of them is wrong, I would expect it would be Marina. I feel like I trust Keith on this more than Marina. But he also gave me a wider range, so who's to say? Generally it seems like around 2 dozen. Maybe a little less is what everyone's saying. And I've got about 8. I've got 8 non-poly sailors, and the rest of them must be poly sailors. When was the first death of a non-poly sailor, by the way? I should have records of that, right?
Yeah, you should be able to find that.
Based on the records that I copied.
Do I have records of that, or do I need to decide that?
The first poly sailor was in May. It's been 4 months, and about I would guess 1/3 of the deaths are non-poly sailors and 2/3 are poly sailors.
Yeah, it seems like the first one was in late June.
Late June. So it's been... So... Interesting. So about there's been non-poly deaths about half the time for about 2 months, but it's still only about half as many as the poly sailors. So if, like, poly sailors and non-poly sailors, non-poly deaths have been happening at the same time over these last 2 months.
Yep.
Okay.
Which also, means also other sailors. Like, it's not just poly sailors, but we use that as a summary point, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's, like,
which
they were
means,
initially was more poly, then it was like more of everything.
Which means, if my numbers are correct, that deaths have been escalating.
Yes.
Based on that number, there should be twice as many deaths in the last 2 months than there were in the first 2 months.
No, there are. Absolutely. It gets worse and worse.
Twice as many deaths since late June as before. I'm gonna bold that. That seems important.
Yep.
But I have no records on these poly sailors, so I get some info out of that, but I don't have the I don't have the juice. Yeah. Okay.
Time to go to bed?
No. Marina.
Yes.
How long does the average ship stay in the port?
Ooh. About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. You should have records of every single ship that's come in, right?
Yeah, we do. That's my job.
I would like to see those records.
She sighs enormously. I'm gonna have to name this kid. It's a dude.
What, the Acolyte?
Yes, his name is...
Flanagan.
No. Conrad.
That's a good name. Conrad.
Yes.
Lame.
I always look at things on my desk to figure out names, and I get the phonemes, and I saw a Joy-Con, so he's Conrad.
I can't wait for his evil twin brother, Radcon.
Ah, shit. Acolyte Conrad, the digital boy. It's over.
The digital boy, oh no. If you do an impression, I'll die.
I can't do that impression.
Good.
He rolled just normal adult age, so he's like in his 30s. 32, I guess.
I was going to be a kid.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I rolled dice for this stuff.
Oh, Acolyte Conrad. Poland.
With the Samuel's campaign definitely gets a lot of characters in it because you're going around interviewing everyone. There's a lot of NPC notes. It's with Marina. It even has the thing where like we have a Marina and we have a Marin, and these are different characters.
Yeah.
She nods over to Conrad. He goes like, "Oh, I should. Okay," and he starts going over it again. And
he sounds like a dweeb, even though he's a 30-year-old fucking acolyte.
What? Yeah, his name is Conrad. He's a dweeb, obviously. He works for the fucking god of law and record keeping, right? This is like what they do. They hire dweebs. He looks over and he goes, yeah. What time frame? I think I wrote this stuff.
10th May.
Yeah. He has you over. There are hundreds of ships in this log. He basically gives you like 3 books. Of just scribbles. A ton of them.
Sure.
Busy port.
Sure. I'm going to take a table, I guess. All right, question. I should have written this down when I was at the Temple of Bylad. So I have the names of these 8 deaths.
Yes.
Do I have other information about them? Occupation, age?
Yeah. Except for Arnold, they were all dock workers.
Okay, good. They were dock workers.
I guess Arnold technically counts as a dock worker, but yeah.
Sure. Marina.
Yeah.
What do dock worker assignments look like? How do you... do they just go around, just do what needs to be doing, or do they have particular assignments?
Well,
Are
they
they
usually
docks,
work for warehouses. So when you come in with your ship, you would have a relationship with a warehouse, and if you don't have one, I, as the dock master, help get you in touch with one that has availability for you. And then the dock workers who work for that warehouse help out and tell you where you can store your goods there until you're ready to transport it out of the city or into the city.
Do warehouses generally work off of particular parts of the dock? If warehouses on the east side of the dock, they're not going to want to like lug everything off to the west side, right?
Not really. The dock fills up. It goes so far out, and we only have 2 of them, so they fill up quite easily, and so we have to assign randomly where there's place, you know. So they more so work with specific boats they're used to. They have they have a relationship with already, or they work with just cities that they're more specialized in, regions,
and
products.
And how many warehouses are there in the district?
There's 12 right now.
All right. Does my records from Bylad have
their specific warehouse instruction? What warehouse they worked for?
Yes.
Would they keep track of that? Let's roll an intelligence check for the record keepers of the Temple of Bylad. How studious are they? Yeah, totally. It turns out they all work for 2 of them.
Oh, interesting. All of the killed workers have worked for 2 warehouses. This seems like a really useful line of inquiry. Okay. Great. All the killers work for 2 warehouses. Okay. Take that info. What else was I looking for? Back to Marina. What are the records I got? I got the records for every single ship. Okay. Does their records, Marina's records, tell me which warehouses are affiliated with which ships?
No, but it does tell you more about. She just knows by heart, you know. Like if you ask, like, oh, this warehouse, what do they do, and she can tell you about them.
Well, yeah, I want a list of every single ship that these 2 warehouses have worked with in the last 4 months.
One second.
That seems like records that the warehouse themselves might have, because they need to keep track of inventory and stuff, so they should know which ships they have records with. So if Marina doesn't have that info offhand, doesn't have a list like that, then I can just go talk to the warehouses tomorrow.
So the 2 warehouses in question are the Hungry Croc House and Rick's Crumb Goods.
Hungry Croc and what?
Hungry Croc House and Rick's Crumbly Goods.
Rick's Crumbly Goods. Okay.
Yes, Rick's Crumbly Goods. And she will tell you right off the bat. She doesn't know every single ship that is associated with each one offhand in her records. But she knows that these are the 2 warehouses that specialize in food import. A lot of grain, a lot of exotic foods that don't really grow here. In one of them, often takes in big shipments of poly corn. It's pretty big for one of them.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Marina. And I'll return these records back to... Damn, I forgot someone's name for the first time. Fuck, what's his name?
Conrad? Yeah.
Brother Conrad.
Yes, Brother Conrad.
I'll say, here you go, Brother Conrad.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
for the help.
He starts putting it back.
And yeah, Samuel will go back to his home. I don't know where Samuel's home is. I don't know if he lives in like a
Probably
guard barrack
in the area right, like all the way behind the keep in Top Town. That's where a lot of civil servants and just commoners live.
Sure. So he's gonna head back home, and he's going to, he's gonna go over his notes. He's gonna muse and think about stuff. And plan out his day for tomorrow, and then he's gonna go to bed. He's probably gonna end up going to bed quite late because he just he works to summarize and go over everything.
You're not a wizard or a cleric, so sleep is not giga important for you. But
Great.
I do make a note in my calendar. You know, it is pretty funny. You know, David's character is heading here.
Oh, is he?
He is on a travel from Cagium to Robur. That's like his
fantastic
trip, right? And so, but he's starting like 2 weeks after you in the continuity. So if you manage to time travel and like skip days, like 2 weeks ahead, and you're still alive, and he gets here, there might be a crossover session. Who knows?
That'd be fun.
Great.
All right. I just have to make a note. It is now Saturday, September 6th.
Exactly. Yeah. Lucius starts walking on Monday the 15th.
He's walking?
He is walking all the way from Cagium to Robur. It's probably going to be about a week and a half journey.
Where's Cagium? Oh, up there.
It's the capital.
I see it. Okay. Fantastic.
Big city boy coming down.
I got lots of time to waste time because he can be wasting time in Valis and Ventus doing side quests and shit.
Yep.
All right. Fascinating stuff. Okay. So
it's morning. What you doing?
I'm just summarizing my notes and stuff. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm just making sure I know what my highlights are. Okay. I'm just making sure I know what my big leads are. Okay. I'm going to head down to Hungry Croc House.
You head down to the Hungry Croc House at the break of dawn. No, pretty late.
Actually, wait.
You sleep in.
Can I roll for that?
You went to bed really late.
I went to bed at like around midnight. When I'll be up around 6 a.m.
That's fine. 6 hours is fine. 6 hours is what you need to sleep, pretty much. In D&D.
Right.
You can be up around 6, but you still make it there around almost at 7 because it's like really far away from you.
Yeah. Before I head to Croc House, though, I want to check in with the guards on the East Gate.
On the East Gate. Okay, do you go through the east side of town to get there? Then?
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
Absolutely.
Let's go up to the area. I'm going to see if I spot anyone that fits Mickey's description.
You do not spot anyone that fits Mickey's description. I am sorry.
That's fine.
That's not that simple. But yeah, no, don't worry about it. Nothing happened.
Great. I'm going to go into the East Gate. I want to talk to the guards and be like, I want to know who came in this morning so far.
Yeah. They'll look through it, and there's no one you recognize. No names that have been mentioned this campaign so far.
I basically just want to see if anyone named Mickey came into the docks this morning. But no one has come in yet, so that's fine. I'll move on to Hungry Croc House then.
Yeah. You move on to the Hungry Croc House. Doopa-doopa-doopa-doo. The Hungry Croc House is a little warehouse pretty close to where the Temple of Chalk is, on the east side of Port. Rick's Crumbly Goods is also pretty close to there. They're not too far away.
All right. And how many of their people exactly have died?
of their people would be 4, and Rick's currently good 3.
And then Arnold. Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Great. What do you want to ask him?
Oh, I just walk in and I spot the guy?
You can spot a foreman, you know?
Okay. I'll do a foreman. I'll say, excuse me, my name's Samuel. I'm with the city guard. I'm working an investigation on the deaths that have been happening in the docks these last few months.
Yeah, says the young guy.
I understand that, and I look at my notes, 4 of your workers have gone missing and turned up dead.
Yeah, it's been a problem. Yeah,
these last 2 months, even.
Yeah, it's not good. We're not sure, but we're speaking with the chalk people about it, seeing if we're doing anything wrong. It's we always do tie up the fish though. We're not sure about it. It's beyond us.
Yeah. I'm sure you do everything perfectly. Listen. Do you know anything about the poly sailors? Have they been I guess what I'm asking is the poly sailors who have ended up dead, and also just out of town sailors in general. Have you dealt with a bunch of the boats who have had people go missing?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We have, although less these days. With rumors spreading, word has reached all the way down to Poly. They don't really come here no more.
Yeah, other than the big ship that's out there right now, huh?
Well, yeah, that one's still here, but that might be the last one.
Larry Croc House. How many poly sailors do you think have that from ships that you've dealt with do you think have turned up dead?
10?
10 house affiliated poly deaths. That means there are 14 deaths affiliated with Croc House.
Yep.
That's a lot. Was there anything different about the ships where people died compared to ships really didn't?
We mostly deal in food goods. Lots of corn comes down from Poly. And we deal a little bit in other goods too. And I noticed that the few Poly ships that didn't come here with no food, they ain't got no dead.
That didn't come here with no food?
Yeah, like they came with other stuff. In Poly, they also have a lot of copper comes up here.
Right.
Because we know them from their food exports. We deal with some of their copper ships too, and no copper sailors are
you're
dead.
You're saying all the deaths were from food importers.
That's what I noticed. I think maybe they're dropping corn in the water. Chalk's mad at that.
Samuel writes furiously. He's like, this is big. Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much. Enough about that. I'd like you to tell me, I know this might be difficult for you, but I'd like you to tell me about the 4 people your 4 co-workers who've died.
Yeah. Ugh.
If you haven't named them yet, this is the time that you have to name them.
I will not name them. They will be number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I refuse.
All right. It's not Ron, Gon, John, and Pawn?
No.
Damn.
It's Crocman 1, Crocwoman 1, Crocman 2, and Crocwoman 2.
Sure. 2 men, 2 women? 2 women dock workers? Okay.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity dock work. I get you.
In my D&D world, everyone is decided by a D6 roll for age and gender, so it would be statistically likely to have 2 of each, even if I didn't roll it this time.
Go ahead. Tell me about them.
Yeah, no, they're big, strong people. They carry big boxes, put them down, work a lot with the poly ships. They were good workers. We're struggling to replace them. What do you want to know?
I guess, are you the foreman here?
I'm a foreman. we're happy to say that at least before this summer, the Hungry Croc House is a very successful business.
Right. I guess I want to know, how do you assign your dock workers? Everyone just do what needs doing? How many dock workers do you have even?
Right now, we got like... Well, we had like 20 of them, so I guess we got like 15, 16 of them. We replaced one.
Does everyone just do what needs doing whenever a ship comes in? Or do people get assigned other things?
If you worked with a boat before, you can work with them again, usually. That helps.
Sure.
Good for a relationship. But if you're busy, then someone else will.
Sure. The people who died, did they also work with the ships who had the kind of ships that had
Yeah, I figured it was connected somehow, you know? Like, if they're cursed by chalk, then you work with them. I mean, that just made sense to me. Yeah, that was definitely the case.
Sure. Did they work more than other people with those kind of ships, or is there still people here that work with those kind of ships? That haven't died.
No, there's still people who work with those ships who are alive. There's still some, yeah.
Sure.
But the ones who did it mostly during that time, or who were responsible for those ships, them's the folk who ended up dead.
Yeah, so they worked with it more than anybody else.
Yeah.
That's very, very interesting. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm sorry if this brought up.
Mostly a family business. I don't know, with my cousins. I hope you get to the bottom of this. There's some evil shit going on here.
I'll do everything I can. I promise you.
I'm not one to besmirch the gods, but if this is Shock playing a trick on us, then I don't know. I've been loyal to Shock my whole life. We got the family shrine to him, but he's treating us like this. I don't know what we did wrong. We might need to look for protection from other gods.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I just say, "Stay strong, my friend. We'll get to the bottom of this."
He nods.
All right. That was incredibly useful. But I'm gonna just to double check the info, make sure it's all the same. I'm gonna head down and talk to Rick's Crumbly Goods.
Yeah. You'll get very similar information.
Yeah, I get very similar information.
Yeah.
Goods gives me very similar info. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The boat that's in dock right now, the big boat, what do they sell?
You head back to Marina. You get the info from Conrad what they're selling.
Yeah.
They're selling copper.
Okay. The big boat in port is selling copper, and that's the only poly boat in port right now. Right?
Yes, that's the only poly boat in port.
But other outsiders have been killed as well. Are there any other outsider boats that are in port right now?
Yeah, there's some other ones. There's a boat here from... zooming out on my map. There's quite a few boats here from Sulani. And there's a few from the... there's two from the country to the west that is still unnamed. The big country that isn't even Chaldees anymore. There's also one boat here from Roopsfort, all the way up north.
And one from where?
Roopsfort. It's
to
the northwest.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see it. One from Roopsfort. All right. Yeah. I want to know what all of those boats are selling. I'm telling that to Marina and her sister.
Yeah, you'll go through it, and it's a whole bunch of different stuff. Sulani has a lot of crafted goods, a lot of pottery.
I'm looking. I really want to know if anything's on food. I'm looking for food.
You're looking for food. Yeah. Yeah. The I'm thinking about my logistics chains here. They would definitely not have food because they're coming from way too far away.
Maybe dried foods.
No, they're not really. There's not a lot of food imports here right now. She tells you that sometimes boats from Sulani do have food, but it's not.
But they don't right now.
It's mostly the poly exports who would have that.
Interesting. Is this a problem, Marina? Are we gonna have a food shortage if we don't have some more of these poly ships come back?
I don't think so, she says. I've been, I talked to the other administrators around town, and things are pretty fine. Our own outlying farms produce more than enough for Robur. Stuff that came in from Poly, corn and that, it's alternative products. It's honestly was a little bit unnecessary. It was luxury.
Okay.
If anything, I think our farmer's going to be happy about it. The price of what they sell to the city might go up. But it will suck. Food variety is always nice.
Interesting. Okay.
What are you thinking, Samuel?
I'm wondering why Arnold is dead. Because Arnold really feels out of place now. With all the info I just got. Every single other death I can account for is related to the imports of food. But Arnold wasn't. But we do know that Arnold was doing something behind the scenes with this Mickey guy. Something untoward. So maybe that's my path to find them. I'm gonna go to the east side. I want to go to the east side of town, and I want to find out where people are selling imported poly foodstuffs. Because there's still got to be a supply in town, but the prices of those stuffs must have skyrocketed. I want to find the people who are selling those. I want to go to like the markets, wherever. I want to find poly foodstuffs.
Yep.
So either this finds
the east
me
side, so you had the Wolverine territory.
Yeah, there's two possibilities here. Either this gets me to Arnold's friends, or it doesn't. And both options give me a lot of information.
So what kind of establishment are you looking for on the east side? Are you looking for a tavern?
I'm going I'm more looking for like a market. Because like if you're selling corn, like do people like buy these kind of goods? I'm looking for looking for people who bought the goods to resell, like a farmer's market. If I don't find anything there, then I'll go to see if I can find like a specialty, like a grocery store.
Yeah.
Tavern would probably be my last.
It's not quite a thing, but you head over
like
to
a general store.
The Eastern Market. In fact, this music is a little bit too chill. Let's do more of a...
The evil Eastern Market with those evil Easterners.
No, it's more like... This is super, super chill. I think more of a...
Flames.
This is more fitting.
We're burning down the evil Easterners.
Not really. You go through there, and there are some smaller markets around, and they definitely aren't selling any. The most notable product that you notice is corn is big in Pali.
Yeah.
Especially around Jalis and Hurrian, where a lot of these exporters are coming from. And it seems, talking around here, that it wasn't ever really sold here. Like, people here don't really eat that stuff.
I thought this might be the case. This might be like a richer Western side thing.
Yeah, it's not so much richer, but just more involved in that stuff. Like, it was a thing for people who really cared about food variety.
Right.
Yeah. So, prices of food here are actually rising a bit.
Sure. Yeah, I assume prices are rising everywhere, because even if there's food variety, the poly stuff is not coming in anymore. So the stuff that stuff must be going up even higher than everyone's food prices.
Absolutely. And what you're noticing because of this is it's that more people are eating in like in taverns and stuff, because they can buy in bulk, and so they can overcome this price hike by buying bigger amounts, and then selling it as prepared food. So there's a lot of people going to, specifically Winter's Burrow is the most popular tavern here on the east side.
All right. I'm gonna go into Wintersboro. Are they selling any foods with poly
ingredients?
Poly ingredients.
They're not.
They're not. None at all.
Nope. Not at
Interesting.
all. And when you ask, the bartender even gets a little bit offended. He's like, I'd never. Not here in my establishment. That foreign crap.
Yeah. You don't like the poly?
No.
Produce?
It's an island full of losers and lazies, as far as I'm concerned.
Is there anyone else around here that sells stuff like that?
Not around here. They get a beating if they tried.
So it's hard. No, this is not really the answer I was expecting. Interesting. I realized that I probably could have asked this at Croc House. I probably could have asked who they sold to. That would have been faster way doing this. Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna head back there while I muse about the fact that this doesn't make any sense. And that is info. Why was Arnold killed? This is the question now, because Arnold is so out of place. So I thought, like, maybe people he's affiliated with were purchasing the imported goods, and that would be the thing. But it doesn't seem like that's the case. So why was Arnold killed? Because it seems like he is completely disconnected. This is a question I asked. I was wondering myself whether or not it's possible that someone used the fact that all these deaths were happening as a cover for their own murder. Maybe that's what happened to Arnold. Maybe he just got murdered by one of the people who just don't like him. Because he's autistic. We hate the autistic, we murder them all. Eugenics is real.
The autistic DM writes a story about the poor autist getting murdered.
For being autistic, yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what happened.
Am I that conceited of a writer?
And Arnold is a complete red herring. And it seems not impossible. The only problem is how they replicated the murder method so exactly.
What is the murder method?
Well, they I guess I don't. My theory is something to do with the tides and the mudflats. Like, it's possible that in the dead of night you just like go into like the really shallow water and just bury a body, and then because it's like loose mudflats, the tides will wash away the dirt that's on top of them after a while, and then it'll just float out a little bit.
Interesting.
So, a month you bury them like a couple feet down, and after a month they just float out. They just get covered automatically.
Interesting.
And then they float up to the surface. That seems like the most obvious way that these murders are taking place. The other, because like if this was like a normal bay, it'd be like, oh, these people have cinder blocks tied to their feet and thrown in the river. But then why would they float back up?
Yeah.
There's a couple of reasons you could do that, but the problem with that is that it's all too shallow. It doesn't make sense because you would be able to see them. If there was a body with cinder blocks tied to his feet, you would see it.
It is very dark water.
You would see, yeah, sure, but like it's all very shallow where these people are showing up. These people are all showing up in shallow water. You would be able to see them. So it's like they have to be hidden somehow. So I feel like burial is like the thing that makes the most sense. Like they're buried in the mudflats and then they get uncovered, and then that's when they're discovered. Is when because by the time they get uncovered, they're bloated enough. By the time they get uncovered enough, they'll just float out, and then they'll be seen.
So why are they so?
So that why are they so eaten? Fuck. That's a good question.
These are questions that normally maybe your assistant would be asking you, but I'm helping you a little bit out of game here. But
yeah, I was thinking about that a second ago. I was thinking like because they can't. The eaten thing is important because I was thinking like that's the reason that they can't just be like no one's hoarding the body and then throwing it out a month later, right? Because there's too much water damage.
Samuel's sitting here in the winter burrow talking to some fucking old guy who's drunk and is like, yeah, totally. It's gotta be. You probably stabbed those fuckers, right? Like that's what happened, right?
What? Oh yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really know what the murder method is. I guess I don't really care. I don't think. I'm more worried about like how did they get up in the water? Like, sure, they probably just got stabbed in the back and then thrown in the water, right?
You know what I can't figure out? I can't figure out with all this bullshit if whoever's doing all this wants the bodies to float up or is just incompetent.
I think they want the bodies to float up.
Well, why?
It happens so consistently. They want to scare away the poly. That's the thing that it's either they want to scare away the poly or they want to stop business with the poly. They want to galvanize the temples.
That makes sense. Those polys are fuckers.
Could have been you.
My alibi? Officer, I was drunk on the day.
I believe it. This is the question. It's like, how are they so fish damaged and yet only float out for a month? Maybe it's a spell. Is there a spell that lasts a month? I don't think so.
Neither would Samuel know, so.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming not, and Samuel's also assuming not. Is there some sort of magic at play? I don't think so. I don't think that would make sense. I'm gonna go. Yeah, so this is what Samuel's thinking about as he's heading down back to the Croc House.
Yeah. Come back to the Croc House. It's a little bit before lunch.
Sure. And I said, I just wanna ask, can I have a list of everyone you sell food to?
Yeah, you get a list of like establishments that they're familiar to, and what strikes you is that it's mostly halfling establishments on the west.
Sure, mostly, not all. What are the rest?
Well, there is the Matthews family.
That's Arnold's family?
Yes.
Right, Mateus is his father. I was thinking about that.
They mostly bring in grain from outside, but they sometimes take sell from here as well.
They what? You mean they buy?
They mostly buy from like outlying villages, but they take in some of this stuff as well.
Sure. And they buy it directly. They buy. So they buy it directly from warehouse and not from.
Yeah. A lot of food establishments do. A lot of restaurants will buy from the warehouses. It's cheaper. There's similar warehouses on the.
Sure, but Mateus is just a house.
Yeah.
Like, are they like how much are they? They're buying just food for themselves.
Well, no, they run a food factory as well. Like they make a lot of dry rations and stuff. So.
Oh right, sure.
That was like their business.
Right.
They're a merchant family, you know.
But everyone else is buying it are restaurants,
bakers, restaurateurs,
okay,
taverns.
Makes me think about that halfling death again.
Let me roll something here.
I'm just making my notes. I haven't typed my notes in a minute.
Yeah.
Back across people. Arnold family buys foodstuffs, and mostly halfling bakers and restaurateurs.
Yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
All right, where are my big leads? It's escalating. I already got the dockworker lead. I've knocked the dockworker lead down. That's all it's thing. Find Mickey is like my big lead. I don't really have a. I don't have a. I had one idea for how to find Mickey. I don't have anything else. What is that sound?
Probably
weird sound outside my window.
Yeah.
Fuck. I feel like this is the part in the narrative where I go talk to my science. I go talk to my Futaba, and she tells me about fucking.
I mean, you could go talk to you.
I need someone to explain to me Schrodinger's cat, and that'll give me a a brain blast. I'll figure out the mystery. Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to Hugh. I need some advice.
Yeah.
I'm a little stuck here.
Head out to you. Out in the keep area. You is sitting back. He's thinking. Come in and he goes, "Ah, Samuel, great to see ya. How are things going?"
Hey, Hugh. They're going.
Going. You got anywhere on that administrator guy?
Arnold's? Somewhere. I've spent most of today actually investigating the murders in general. Because I kind of stonewalled on Arnold's investigation, and I feel like I've maybe stonewalled a bit on both at this point. And I came to you. I wanted to ask you for some advice.
Yeah, I recently got freed up, so no problem.
Great. So I'll give him all my info. I'll show him all my notes, show him what I have for the investigation so far, and I'm like, I guess I have two big question marks.
Right.
One, it seems obvious that whoever's doing this wants the bodies to be found, because if not, they would have figured out how to hide them after 20 murders. Right. And I think they want to be found because they want to scare the poly away.
Scare the poly away?
They want to scare the poly away. They want to scare poly food importers, most of all.
Right. For what purpose?
Why? For what purpose? Maybe they're a farmer. Maybe they just hate poly and they think that that's... since a lot of poly imports are food, they think that's the best way to go about it. But it seems really, really targeted on food. I don't know precisely why. That's a big question mark.
Right.
The other big question mark is how are they making the bodies float up after a month, 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
How exactly are they accomplishing that? That's another big question mark.
You know,
And
I worked a
the
case
third
like
big...
that many years ago. It was always one body, but it did float up, kind of like that. You know what we found? It was some idiot who did it. He wanted to send the body to the fishes, you know, have it be eaten up, but instead of tying it with rope or tying it with some kind of chains, well, he was a farm guy and he butchered a pig and used his intestines. Yeah, it was a real dumbass.
Right. I thought about that.
They got eaten up after a while, and the body came right back.
You know, absolutely. I thought about that as a possibility, but wouldn't you see the bodies? Like the mud flats are so shallow, and they're showing up in the shallow parts. I feel like even like if they were just like tied down by like some weights tied with pig intestines or something like that, that would wear away. I feel like you would see the body floating there off the pig intestine before it came to the surface.
Unless it was partially buried.
Partially buried. Maybe they're put under the docks, not like off to the side. Maybe they're tied down underneath the docks. They wouldn't see them there.
Yeah, I wouldn't put too much thought into that. It's they're doing some dumb shit. There's something that needs to let the bodies out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was the tides, but yeah, it's possible that that it's some sort of degradable restraint. I thought about that possibility.
However, with the amount of bodies showing up like this, that's a lot of butchered pigs. That would be strange.
Yeah. Well, no one's using the intestines. I don't imagine people are butchering extra pigs for that purpose, but maybe people who are... I don't even know what else you could use that would degrade like that.
Well, what the intestines are usually used for are sausages.
Yeah. The other big question mark is why was Arnold killed? Because every single other victim, as far as I can tell, has some connection to polyfood importers. But other people who work in the docks who aren't associated with polyfood importers at all were not targeted. Even people who are associated with poly traders, just different kinds of poly traders, like copper traders, are not targeted. So why was Arnold targeted? Because Arnold was just the dockmaster's assistant. He should have had equal business and everything.
Yeah.
And yes, his family imports a significant amount of, or buys rather, a significant amount of the polyfood imports, but not any more than any other establishment up in the Upper West Side.
You know, I was working on something very similar to this quite recently. There was this halfling lady, Rye. She was murdered.
Yeah, I saw her. I actually wanted to ask about that. I saw her file in the Temple of Rye.
Oh, you've been doing good digging. See, this is what I taught you. Good job. You
Thanks.
know, I was digging into her, and it turns out that, well, there were a lot of eyewitnesses and that shit. It was sloppy business, so we could get a lot of information. Led us to the east of town. We took in some hoodlum over there who we're pretty sure stabbed her. He had a murder weapon in a hatch in his room, underneath the floorboards. We got him down in the dungeons right now. Maybe you can talk to him.
This might be a long shot, and I will talk to him. But what's this guy's name?
It's like Hickey or Dicky or something.
Mickey?
Mickey, right, that was it.
I thought it was him. Mickey, if it's the same Mickey, there are a few Mickeys, but
right.
If it's the same Mickey that I'm thinking about, he was Arnold's bodyguard.
He was?
Arnold had a bodyguard named Mickey. I've been trying to track him down, but I haven't been able to find him.
Well, then you really should go down in those dungeons. You know, he's gonna be on the block in not too long, so you don't got a lot of days to go speak with the man.
I'll go speak to him right now. You said you're free. Want to play a little good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, how about I be the good cop, sit up here and drink my coffee, and you go down there and be the bad cop? I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah, all right, Hugh, and I pat him on the back. Thanks for the help.
No problem, no problem. I already wrestled that man once. I had enough of that.
Alrighty. I'll head on down to the dungeon. Shouldn't be that far away. We're in the keep already?
You're in the keep already. You go down, you speak to a
give
guard who
me
works
some
down here.
Pig intestine restraints. Mickey arrested for riot murder. Going to the dungeon to interrogate him. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
You head down there, you speak to one of the guards who works here, you ask, where's Mickey? He goes, who the fuck is Mickey? You go, well, it's the guy who killed that Rye girl, and then a Rye woman. Yeah. And he goes, oh yeah, that one, used man. And he leads you over there. And you see this guy, hoodlum-looking motherfucker, definitely matches your description, sitting there in a dungeon. It's a little bit dark. And he's just like, you got my food?
Did I?
You do not have his food.
Sorry, I didn't pick up your food. I'm not here for that. Is it time for your food yet?
Who the fuck are you?
The name's Samuel. I'm a investigator. I wanted to ask you some questions, if that's all right.
I already answered all the questions. I don't know nothing about it, okay? I haven't even been to no halfling part of town.
That's great, because I'm not about to ask you about that.
Oh, really? What are you about to ask me about? What kind of weather's gonna be next week?
I wanted to ask you about your pal Arnold.
Arnold? Well, that's not a name I heard in a long time. What the fuck you want to know about Arnold?
I want to know... I guess let's start here. What's your relationship with Arnold?
He's some kid.
Sure. You were like his bodyguard, right?
Yeah. I look tough. He talk nerdy. We do good business.
Sure. How did you two meet? How did this arrangement come to be?
Well, I was going around the docks, offering my services, and I saw a scrawny little kid getting yelled at by a ship's captain. After he was done getting yelled at, I went up to him and was like, hey, you shouldn't let no one treat you like that. That's right there is, that ship captain's from far away, and you're from right here. You should stand up for Robur. You should know how to carry yourself. And he took well to that message, and so I told him I'll help you out a little bit. Pay me some of the coin you make doing this here, and I'll help you look tough. Well, then we had a good relationship going for a couple months.
Sure. And what month would you say that you met Arnold in this way?
I don't know. May, June?
May, okay.
Somewhere around there. It was in the beginning of summer. I had a lot of business going around them.
What kind of business?
Well, I'm a guard. Not like you, but like,
Right.
I'm a bodyguard. I go around taverns looking for ship captains, and I don't really want to be around Robur, and I make sure they're taken care of when they come into town.
Right. When was the last time you saw Arnold? I believe I have... Actually, no,
August, I think. We didn't work together no more after a while. And, yeah, he kind of wasn't around, so I started working with other people again.
Right. So he just disappeared, as far as you're aware.
Yeah, he must have gotten fired or something.
Sure. So I have you and Arnold leaving the East Gate, going into the East District on August 17th. I look at my notes just to double check.
He says, yeah. Arnold wanted to speak with a buddy of mine. He kept thinking that, he said something about wanting to make more connections, make his job easier, help connect warehouses and establishments or something. He knew I was from east side of town, so he asked me to show him some establishments.
And that would have been the last day you saw him, right?
Yeah, we split ways after that.
Where'd you split ways exactly?
Outside of Wintersboro.
Outside of Wintersboro, okay.
Is this gonna help me get out of here?
It may.
Telling you, I saw no damn halflings. Okay? I'm not into that stuff. That stuff's creepy, okay?
Mm-hmm. Well, if you answer all my questions, and we can figure out where Arnold's gone, or where he had gone, and it all checks out, then that makes your story about the halfling a lot more believable, doesn't it?
I don't know what it got to do about Arnold, but okay.
August 17th. That's right. August 17th. Arnold went out to expand business with Mickey. They parted ways. You parted. What time of day did you part ways? In the morning, around noon?
Must have still been the morning. Yeah, I was
sure.
The thing he was doing all day that day.
So if he was going to work, he worked that day. It was a.
Yeah. Was no.
But you weren't going. You weren't going with him to be his bodyguard that day.
Nah. I had other things. You know, I'm a man of many jobs. You don't get paid much taking a small cut of an administrator's paycheck.
Right. And did he say where he was going after that?
After that? Nah, I did not. I assumed back to the dock.
You assume back to the docks. Well, here's the thing. As far as I know, based on what you just told me, you're the last person to have seen Arnold alive.
Arnold's dead?
He went missing that day, and he turned up dead a few days ago.
Who killed Arnold?
I was hoping you'd be able to tell me.
I mean,
You're familiar with the deaths that have been happening in the docks lately, right?
Yeah, it's why I've been getting good business. People want protection.
Right. Well, it's a good thing Arnold had it, because maybe he would have died sooner. Because the second you're not protecting him, he goes missing, turns up dead, just like all the rest.
Ah, that's what happened to the guy. Well, that sucks. He was a good kid.
Yeah. So who exactly did you introduce him to that morning?
He was talking to some guys down the market I know. They work with foodstuffs. He was trying to convince them to sell this. It's this meat, right? It's dried. It comes down from Polly. It's like it's not like pig or cow. They got this goat down there. Walks up on the flat mountains, and it's apparently it tastes real good. And he had some luxury stuff with that coming in soon. He said, and he was looking for people to buy it because, apparently he said the guys who would kind of come in with it, they had been in some kind of spat with the regular buyer, and he was trying to set up that. I don't know, they could sell it somewhere else, something like that. I'm no businessman of that kind, man.
Okay. And do you know anywhere where Arnold might have gone after you met him? Because as far as I know, he never made it back to the Dock District. I checked
the way he walked around there. I was just hoping he'd make it back to Gate. Maybe he got lost. Walking through the wrong alley, you know? Look, East Side of Town's tough, but if you walk in the wrong place, meet the wrong people, they try to rob you. You know, that stuff happens out there. It's a tough part of town.
Well, I'll tell you emphatically, he never made it back to the gate. Right. Now, I would believe you in saying that it was just he walked into some random alley and died, but that doesn't square with the fact that he floated up in the docks 2 weeks later.
Oh, he's one of them floaties?
Yep.
Ah. Well, I don't know. I can't tell you more than you can tell me on that one. You like in good standing over here? Look, I can...
What?
I know stuff in this town, man. Like, I know murder no halfling woman, but I'm no saint. I don't hide that. I can give you information about stuff if you can get a deal to get me out of here. I'm looking to make a deal. I've told you lots of stuff about Arnold. I feel like you see that I'm trying to do good for myself over here.
Mm-hmm. Listen, this investigation is very important to the city guard. Very important to the city. If you can help me figure out who's doing this, there's a very good chance that I could help you out with something.
Who's doing this? I don't know much about the floaties. I know about...
What about this woman, Rye? You say you didn't kill her.
Didn't kill her? No, I didn't. I never even been to the halfling part.
Sure. But there's a lot of eyewitnesses that say people saw you.
Yeah, they're all a bunch of shorties. They look at me and they go, "Oh yeah, it's the tall guy. Some tall guy stabbed a woman."
Right.
It's bullshit.
But they all said specifically you. Now, if you're telling the truth, isn't that suspicious? Is there someone who might have wanted to frame you for this murder?
You get brought into the dungeon, you're a little halfling shit. You see some guy who looks scruffy like me. They say, "Was it this guy? Does he look like he held that kind of a blade?" You gotta say yes. You didn't see nothing. I don't believe it for 5 copper.
So you don't think that there's anybody who might have wanted to frame you for this murder?
Nah, it's just dumbasses. It's convenient. That cop, motherfucker, he's an old dude. He didn't even want to work for it. He just saw first best guy, could have done it, tossed me in here.
Fuck, I believe him. I believe him, chat. I believe him. That sucks. Because that means that he's not useful. Ugh.
So you're not very suspicious at all, then?
Of Mickey?
Yeah.
Not particularly.
Yeah. Cool.
I tried to give him like some outs, like for him to like, you know, latch on to, be like, oh yeah, it was definitely that. That's what happened. But no, he stuck to his guns, which doesn't seem very deceptive to me. He has a theory about what down, he's sticking to it. He's not trying to like look for a way out. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like he's really just trying to stick to what he thinks happened. And there's not any contradictions in his story so far. But that means that he's not useful.
Unless he's lying.
Unless he's lying. But if he's lying, he's a really good liar. Mickey, did you ever take... Was that the first and only time you took Arnold out to the east side?
Yeah, it was.
Sure. And have you gone back to the dock district since? I guess you went looking for Arnold, huh?
Yeah, I've been around.
Sure. You done any other work in the area since Arnold disappeared?
A little bit. Help a ship captain out or two.
Sure. Give me some names. I'm gonna go talk to him.
Sure. He gives you that he's been working with That's my Lucius prep. Sabrina.
Okay, I've talked to Sabrina.
Yep.
Wait. What? You've been working with Sabrina?
Yeah. She needed some protection walking around. I helped her out. Yeah.
1 second. And Sammy like fucking furiously flips through his notes. And Mickey says he didn't kill Ryan. I have to catch up my notes. And when was this?
Like during the week after Arnold was gone.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting to me because I talked to Sabrina about you and Arnold yesterday.
Yeah.
And she told me that she didn't know anything about you, that you were just Arnold's bodyguard.
Well, she's a lying bitch.
Now, why would you do that?
I don't know. Why fish swim? Why birds fly?
So you protected her for a whole week, huh?
Yeah. Sure. Something like that.
Anybody else you worked for in the Dock District?
Nah, after that I was arrested.
You arrested at the while you were working for Sabrina, or after you had already been done with that?
I wasn't working with anyone for a while, and then I got arrested. For shit I didn't do.
I should have the time of death of Rye, right, in my notes?
Yeah.
From when I copied it from the temple?
It's before Arnold.
Oh, Rye died before Arnold disappeared?
Before Arnold disappeared, yeah.
Oh. That's bizarre. Can I have like how long before? Like, can I have a date?
Get my calendar. August 1st.
Oh, August 1st. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
More. The fuck? And Rye was a baker.
He was a slow investigator.
Rye was a baker.
Yep.
Which is she could be one of the bakers that imported poly foodstuffs.
Yeah. Could be.
All right, Mickey. I'm gonna go see what I can find out.
Yeah, you do that. You don't wanna... I can still talk about other stuff. I know some stuff about this town. If you help me get out of here.
If you know any idea of who might have wanted Rye or Arnold dead...
I don't know about the floaties. I don't know about this halfling woman.
Okay.
I know what.
Here's a question for you. I'll let you in on my investigation a little bit. It seems like all of the floaties were people associated with poly food importers.
Huh.
Every single one of them. They were either dock workers that worked with ships with poly food imports, or they were poly sailors on ships with poly food imports. And it seems, based on what you told me, that Arnold was trying to sell poly food imports in the East Side.
Yeah, I think so.
So you say you know some things about this town. Is there anybody who you know that would want to mess up poly food imports by killing people regarding them, killing people related to them, or anything like that? Or people who just hate poly that much?
I'm not a businessman, man. That's not...
You don't know anybody even in your business that just hates the poly?
Lots of people hate the poly.
Sure, but someone who might do something like this.
Nah.
All right, Mickey. You hang tight. Thanks for your help.
Ain't nothing else I can do down here. I'll hang real tight. They told me my day's on Tuesday.
It's Saturday. Yeah. Alright, if he's insistent, I have 3 days to make sure he doesn't die. Alright. I want to go talk to Sabrina.
Yep. Why are you heading down to Sabrina?
I can't help but feel like this is a total dead end, by the way.
What are you thinking at this time? You think it's a dead end?
I feel like Mickey... I feel like he's telling the truth, and he's useless, and that Sabrina's useless, and that this entire line of inquiry is useless. I could be wrong though, so I have to chase it down just in case. Yeah. But it doesn't. It seems.
You come down to Sabrina's ship.
It seems like a red herring.
Where
almost.
was Sabrina from again? Let me see here.
I don't know. Let's see if I can figure it out before you do.
She was a Sulani chick, right?
I think so. Arnold, Bob, Rick, and Henrietta, Mateus, Sabrina. Captain of a small but notable single-masted launch ship, fine goods shipper, sells textiles, ceramics, other fine goods, but Arnold. I don't have where
she is a Sulani bitch. She's actually a respectable Sulani woman.
Sulani.
Yeah, because she got textiles and she had the longboat. She went along the coast. Yeah. It was a coast boat.
Yeah, textiles, ceramics, and other fine goods.
Yeah, she got some... she also works with some ore from Cusol, which is a mining town, but there's no road to Robur. They only do shipping from there. So they go to Cusol. Yeah, she's local. Yeah, she's Chaldeus at least.
She's local-ish.
Local-ish, yeah. She's from Edmonton.
Got it.
Got it. Nah. Yeah, what do you ask her?
Hey, Sabrina.
Yeah. What are you looking for?
So,
I got a lot of my shit right now.
So I managed to track down Arnold's bodyguard, Mickey.
Oh, you found that guy? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's in the dungeon right now. He's wanted for murder.
Oh. Well, let him rot in the afterlife.
Well, we'll see what happens. But he told me something interesting. He told me that in the week after Arnold disappeared, he actually spent almost a week working for you.
Well, that's horseshit.
Why would he lie about that?
I don't know. I got my own. She points behind. There's a whole bunch of like scruffy big people on her ships. Like, I look like I need bodyguards. I got well-cut sailors.
But he knew your name.
Well, yeah, him and that Arnold kid were here.
Right, but
they worked.
Forgive me if I'm a little crass, but how do I say this? Mickey isn't exactly the smartest guy I've ever met. I don't expect him to be the kind of guy who just remembers random people's names, right?
Well,
but he knew your name.
I'll tell you this: I come by this port a lot, and Arnold seemed pretty new in the job, and I've never seen that Mickey fella around before. All I know, he has fought the only ship captain he's ever talked to.
But Mickey had been working with Arnold for a couple months.
Right.
So you're definitely not the only ship captain he's talked to.
Right. Maybe the one he talked to most recently. He's never worked for me.
So you're denying that you have anything to do with Mickey? You've ever met him other than when he was
into her ship, and she pulls out a book and she slaps it down. Here's all the money I spent in town. Check through it. I ain't got no bodyguard wages, especially for no murderer.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, you look through it, and she's telling the truth according to her records. So
sure.
Either she hired him off the records and is guilty of tax
fraud. Oh, sure. Definitely my thought right now. But since I have the opportunity, I'm going to look at these records a little more closely. What has she sold?
Well, yeah, she's selling a lot of textiles from Sulani, a lot of ore from Cusol. Yeah, okay. It's all Chaldea stuff, mostly coming from the west.
And what does she buy?
What does Robur produce? Local stuff. I don't know. What Robur produces yet.
Nothing out of the ordinary?
No, nothing out of the ordinary.
Nothing suspicious? Yeah. Nothing like with a weird name or a weird acronym or something like that?
No.
No?
Her business seems clean.
All right. Well, sorry to bother you. It's just like, when someone says something like that, I gotta get to my head a little bit.
I get it. Just don't go putting too much credit in the words of murderers.
Oh, I won't. I promise you.
Okay. I hope I don't see you again, but who knows?
I'm gonna go talk to Marina.
You want to go talk to Marina? That feels like that happens a lot in this campaign. It's like,
I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna talk to Marina. Yeah.
Sabrina. Here's my note. Sabrina was sus. That's my note.
That's your note. Cool. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Seemed like she was grasping for excuses. Very aggressive. Seemed like she had a prepared alibi.
Interesting.
I mean, it's like I questioned her for 2 seconds. Frame 1, go get the ledger. A little suspicious. Like she had that ready to go, hot and ready.
Yeah.
Because normally you wouldn't be like, I don't know, you wouldn't be so quick to just show off all your goods to some rando. But maybe she's just like that. It's possible. Seems like she had right. But that's what I think of. So I'm gonna go talk to Marina.
Captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go talk to Marina.
I want to ask her about Sabrina.
I'm confused about why my music is weird.
Music is weird. So sad.
Whatever. There we go. You are talking to Sabrina. What's up?
No, I'm talking to Marina about Sabrina.
The names, they rhyme. I've cursed myself.
I'm saying, I wanted to ask you some questions about Marina, the Solani ship captain.
Sabrina. Now you did it too.
No, I didn't.
You said Marina, the Solani ship captain.
No, I said Sabrina.
Episode's recorded. I'll show you later.
I promise you, I said I want to talk about Sabrina. I probably just slurred a little bit.
Yeah. You want to talk about Sabrina? She starts flipping through. Yeah. I know the woman. She's a regular.
Sure. How often is she in town?
Every few months?
Every few months.
Yeah.
Sure. What's your opinion of her, I guess?
Seems like an honest merchant to me. She's her type's a dime a dozen over here. Coastal sailors, bring mostly local stuff, do a lot of business with Cuso, Solani. You see 4 or 5 of those regular up around here. Take some passengers sometimes too.
Take some passengers?
Yeah. Someone wants to go to Solani, doesn't want to walk through the forest, with all those weird druids around.
Right.
Or cheaper, go to Cuso. What do you want to know about her?
Just curious in general.
Right.
Moving on from that. Question not really for you, but I guess since I'm here, I'll ask you. All goods that come through the gates are checked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Do you know of anybody around here, like any butchers in the Dock District?
Butchers in the Dock District? Nah, you'd find those out on the outer sides of towns.
Right.
Animals don't really come in much here through the docks. It's mostly, metals, trade goods, stuff like that, and some, grain stuff. But meat and such is a rare import. You don't see that much.
Sure.
And when you do, usually it's already, it's already butchered. It's dried and salted.
Okay. Thanks, Marina. That was all.
No problem.
I'm gonna head to the gates.
As you start heading out, she turns over to Connor and goes, I think he's out of leads. His questions are getting fewer and fewer.
Bitch. Alright. Strike through on... Oops, not that. Where's my strike through? Hello? Whatever. I want to go to the gates.
Which one?
I'll start with the west gate.
Yep.
I guess where are like the majority of the butchers?
Most of the
particularly.
west.
That's what I thought. I want to go to the west gate, and I want to go. I want to look at
There's much more outlying villages that have like, I don't know, animal stuff out to the west because there's a river there.
Sure. I want to know about all pork goods that have come into the Dock District in the last month.
God, you make me feel like my world building is so undercooked.
Where is the shantification?
Yeah. You need like all the shantification, like every spreadsheet.
Yeah, no, I need the guard spreadsheet of all the pork goods that have come in the last month.
If only the entire region of Robur, like Robur, Qusol, Lusum, and Ryad, they are like giga administrators, or I would not even be entertaining all of these questions. But this part of the country is like, this is like, everywhere Bylad is the most popular god, but this is like Bylad Central. So yeah, they probably do keep track of that shit. That's the annoying part.
Well, they keep track.
If we were in fucking Coalside right now, I'd have guards laughing at you.
Well, yeah, I just like know that they keep track of all the goods that come through. So I'm like, okay.
That's why I put
want to look
cop
at all
character here, because I was like, the cop character should go into town of the law.
Yeah. I want to know about all of the goods that have come in the last month. I want to like single all the pork products.
Yeah.
Or even just live pigs, even if they
lead you into a room where there's a book, and you're gonna spend like hours here going through this because there's so much stuff going in and out.
Yeah,
so
thousands.
You're gonna have to sack like the rest of the day to this, pretty much.
It's fine.
Yeah. And by the time that you're done and it's getting ready tonight, and you should really be heading back again. What will you have found? Pork products in and out. Way more in than out, right? Like,
sure.
Pork mostly comes from the outlying villages, gets moved into the Dock District because it gets eaten here, because there's a lot of well-off merchants' families in here, right?
Sure. That's where I'm interested more in the inn anyway.
Okay, yeah, but that is mostly what it is. There's a bunch of pork products that come in. What are you looking for? There's a bunch of like cutlets,
well, I'm looking.
bacon.
So do they come in like it's like a butcher will butcher a pig, and then they'll sell all of the parts at the same time. They don't want anything to go bad, right?
Yeah.
Unless they let's say like making like dried goods or something. So like every shipment should be like cutlets, bacon, etc., sausages, etc., all at the same time. I'm looking for shipments. Okay, I'm looking for shipments that are missing sausages.
Yeah, that's like most of them.
Why? That's annoying. Scratch that. I'm looking for shipments that are including sausages.
There's like one.
Good. Name of the guy who brought it in.
The fucking player walks up to me with a gun. Name of the guy who sold a sausage 2 months ago. Tell me who it is. Who sold one sausage 2 months ago?
I saw the entry. I asked for entries in the last month.
Yeah.
This is within the last month. Give me the guy who sold the sausages.
It's a woman. Her name is
Rye?
No, it's not Rye.
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Rye was a baker.
Yeah, I know. It'd be really funny. Oh, this guy's name is Die because he's a butcher.
It's a woman.
This woman's name is Die because she was a butcher.
It's actually not a butcher. It's a farmer who is runs a smaller farm.
Oh, interesting.
Does more things herself. Her name is Amelia.
Amelia imports in things with a sausage. Also, random question from a second ago. How many pig shipments have come in the last month? Ballpark. 100, 1,000, 10?
I honestly have no idea. It looks normal.
I just want to know how many.
I just don't know how much pork they eat in medieval society. So whatever you're expecting, it's that.
Right. I'm not expecting anything. I am expecting what is this region's pork input, because I want to know how hard it will be to track down every single pork import.
In the last month?
Yeah.
The sausage thing was 2 months ago. For sure.
Even though I asked you for records in the last month,
I started going all of summer again.
You know, I asked 1 month. But,
sorry.
Whatever.
They bunched a bunch of stuff on your thing because they didn't give a shit about your weird investigations. So you ended up getting records and getting deep in it and seeing way more. Sorry about that.
Okay. Anyway,
in the last you find this sausage thing?
In the last month, how many pigs have come through?
How many pigs?
How many pork product? How many pork product shipments? How many individual shipments? That come to the door.
Like 60, maybe?
60? So like 2 a day?
Yeah, 2 a day makes a lot of sense.
It's fine.
There's 2 taverns, 2 inns. There's a bunch of families.
Alright,
yeah,
that seems fine.
Whole pigs.
Alright. And among all of those, how many sellers are there? Were they all individual 60 sellers, or were there...
So, most bigger farms have, like, a dedicated butcher who is, like, they bring the pigs in, and then they get butchered, and then, you know, the butcher is the one who sells it on, like a middleman.
Sure.
And so, with those, there's, like, one big one on the west side, there's one big one on the east side. And then you got farmers who butcher themselves. And those are usually the smaller farmers who don't really, like, they can't really afford to lose the middleman cut, right?
Right.
So they come in and they do more work. Maybe their kids are doing the selling and stuff.
Yeah, that's convenient for me. So they're basically like a couple individual farms and like mostly
4 of those and then one big butcher. Yeah.
Okay. That was background questions. I'll get back to those later. Unfortunately, sausage. 2 big butchers on the outside. Okay, I'm gonna track down. What's the name of this lady? Amelia?
Yeah, Amelia with an A.
Yep. Amelia is a small farmer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Track down Amelia is on my big note. Mm-hmm. That was the rest of my day, so it's nighttime now. I guess I'm going to bed.
Let's mark that down. It's going to make some calendar notes. Talk to Mickey.
Sunday, August.
And then in all caps, who sells sausage? Them out.
Yeah. Well, really, I want to know who's buying the sausage.
Okay, we're on the 7th.
Sunday, September 7th. Is Sunday the Sabbath?
Yeah, no one will be working today.
No one's working, including me? I'm a guard.
You're working. You are not required to go to the temple, but it would be customary of you to do so to make sure that you're taken care of. So I think at this point, it might be nice to ask, what is your relationship to the temple, and do you have any specific, like, I don't expect you to know all of my gods, but is there some kind of feeling that Samuel cares about to represent himself?
Samuel, I don't think is particularly like in on Temple Day.
Yeah.
Generally, he'll go, and he'll go all the time. He's not particularly like
Temple of Bylad, I guess.
active. Temple of Bylad for sure.
Yeah, that'd be the standard choice, especially for a cop.
You go to Temple of Bylad. But like he's not, and like he's God fearing and all that. He doesn't. He's not epic Reddit D&D atheist.
Yeah, that'd be
or
strange.
anything. That'd be dumb. But like
if
he's
you,
not
the audience,
particularly
are interested
like
in my religious system, go watch Lucius.
epic. Is he a cleric?
He's a cleric.
Epic.
Cleric of Tengria, goddess of freedom.
Ooh, based. Yeah, generally like he goes to the Temple Day like when he can, but like he's not like too torn up about not going. Temple of Bylad. He does normal stuff.
Yeah.
Very normal. Like
yeah, he goes there.
Does it because of the
temple.
I'm not gonna go today though.
Okay,
I'm not going to go.
Okay, but normally he would. Is it Bylad that
No.
he sits down at, or does he go to one of the generalists, or the shrines to do something else?
He would go to a generalist.
Yeah, but like, I'm saying that like Bylad has like the biggest shrine in there, and then there's like a bunch of small shrines to the other ones.
Yeah.
Because it is mostly a generalist temple, because there's not a temple to everyone there. So do you sit down by the big Bylad one, or do you like seek out some other kind of vibe? Is there something that's important to Samuel?
Oh.
I can
When
help
I
you
go,
if there's a god for that, pretty much.
When I go, I think more than justice. Samuel is interested in truth. He wants things to be transparent. He wants the world to be understandable, and he wants villains to not be allowed to be in the shadows. He likes truth and transparency more than justice. Like he finds the guy, and like obviously, like imprisoned the guy, killed the guy. Samuel doesn't really care what happens to the guy after he's found. He just wants the guy to be found, and he wants like justice in like a vague way.
This is an interesting one. There is the god Euphrum. Euphrum is to many seen as the god of beauty, but he is also the god of appearances. He is the god of what things look like to others, like if you are a baker, right, and you are really invested in your marketing, you might pray to Euphrum that people will have the understanding that your bread is delicious, because then the way that the word will spread, the way that people will understand it to be, the way that the appearance of the shop can be is beautiful. It's dedicated. So some people might say that Euphrum is like, he draws a little bit of comparison to Yan, the god of deception and lies, right? That Euphrum is much like that. But at the same time, others say that Euphrum is the person who brings light to the true beauty underneath things, because it's all about shining a light upon, spotlighting, highlighting, making sure that everything is spotted as it is, or as it appears to be. It's interesting. That it is a god that is often seen as more chaotic, but it's an interesting idea. Otherwise, it just would be Bylad, probably, or Cadian, god of words, which is usually spoken to by bards and politicians and lords and stuff.
Probably not words. I like the appearance thing though, especially because like I'm a thief class. But like I have the appearance of being of justice because that's how I use my things. Use my skill. I think that fits. Cool. Samuel.
Great. So
if he was going to Temple today,
is a god you'll find a decent representation of in the Temple of Bylad, because they are under the same category. They're both aspects of the goddess of life.
If Samuel was going to Temple Day, he would go and hang out with that. But he's not going to Temple Day.
No.
Instead, he's going to stake out the docks.
Okay, going to go stake out the docks.
Because I have the expectation that there's a good chance, if nobody's working, that if something's going to happen, it's going to happen during Temple time.
Yeah.
So Samuel's going to wake up extra early on Temple Day, and he's going to find a hiding place.
Yeah.
I have skills in this for once.
Thief skills.
Oh, damn. Hide in Shadows sucks. I have hella move silently, but my Hide in Shadows is kind of mid as hell.
Yeah. It would be a hiding shadow check here. I'm just looking up the hiding shadow rules to see what kind of thing it is useful for.
Yeah.
This is still the warrior. That's the mage and wizard. That's the cleric. Thief is the last class in the chapter, right? Hiding shadows. A thief can try to disappear into the shadows of any type of concealment. Bushes, curtains, crannies, etc. A thief can hide this way only when no one is looking at him. He remains hidden as long as he remains virtually motionless. This is like the fucking stakeout ability.
Yeah.
A thief can make small, slow, careful movements, draw a weapon, uncork a potion, etc. A thief can never become hidden while a guard is watching him. If you are a guard. If you see yourself, you cannot stealth.
Damn it.
However, trying to hide from a creature that is locked in battle. Yeah, this is mid-combat stuff. Hiding shadows cannot be done in total darkness, since the talent lies in fooling the eye as much as in fighting real concealment, camouflage as well. However, hidden characters are equally concealed with those with or without infravision. Spells, magic items, and special abilities can reveal invisible objects, can reveal the location of a hidden thief. Okay, it's the stakeout ability. That one's great.
Yeah.
Give me a hiding shadows.
So how do I do this?
So you know what's your number?
5.
Roll me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on a D100.
That's what I thought. So it's not gonna happen.
Or 0. Not 0. That's 100. Yeah. So
66.
I think that with 66, it's bad enough that like you know that you're not re-stealthing. It's more that you don't find a good hiding spot rather than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's gonna be less of like proper stakeout hiding spot. It's gonna be more like trying to blend into the crowd. Is what you're going to have to resort to.
Well, I'm hoping that there is no crowd, right?
Right. So
Because everyone's at Temple Day, so the dock should be like mostly empty.
A lot of people are at Temple Day. A lot of people aren't.
Oh, interesting. I assume that this was to be like basically fully empty.
It is much more empty than other days. However, there are other people like you in society who think that like, yeah, the gods are important, but they don't give a fuck if I go to temple or not. Whereas other people are like, really... It's less about faith in gods and more about faith in ritual, right? Ritual is very important. The way I like designing my religion system is that religion in this world is less about what you believe, right? Because if you think about Christianity, what makes you a Christian is believing in the Christian version of God, right? Like that is what a Christian is. But if you think of like a Hindu, what makes a Hindu is more so what they do. It's like they go to certain places, they participate in certain rituals, they participate in certain events, they spend time at their little home shrine, they retell stories, they do things rather than what they believe. Yeah. Every Hindu believes different shit, right? To some extent. They have this, like their version of the Adam and Eve story has like 17 different versions, and some of them are intentionally parodies and are still official versions, you know? Like Hindus are weird like that. And that's more what I'm going for, because that I think that works with a polytheistic setting, right?
Right.
So it is less about what people believe. Sure, they might choose a god based on what that god's domain is, but it's your relation to religion is your relation to ritual and how much you think ritual is important for your god's favor. And so people who really value this stuff, which is a majority of people, they're going to Temple Day and they're going to listen to the sermons and stuff. But a lot of other people are, they're getting ahead. They're trying to put in some extra hours.
Sure. All right. This might be a total waste of time then. But I'll still stick around. I'm just looking for suspicious people around.
After a bit,
I'm looking for people who are like going anyway goes into the water, something like that.
You notice that a lot of people are coming back from the west side of town.
Interesting.
And it's weird to you. You know this town. You know how people move on Temple Day and stuff. Like, people are back early.
Okay.
People who might have gone there to go to the Temple of Punjar.
Interesting. Temple of Punjar. All right, that's all I notice.
That's the main thing. Depending on how long you stay there.
I'm gonna stay until. I'm gonna stay there till like noon, probably.
Yeah, that's what you notice. That's not long enough for Biolad to finish services and stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna wait for service to finish.
Okay, then you'll wait until like 3, 4 in the afternoon ish.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
If you'd been waiting for Chalk, it would have been done earlier. But Biolad, motherfuckers sit down and listen to Biolad.
I'm waiting for Biolad to finish, and then waiting like an extra hour for people to like get around.
Yeah. By the time that things are mostly normal again, it is the afternoon. And by this point, you would have heard news come in. If anything else, then from like other guards you meet up with here and there, and you struggle to find a good hiding spot, that there's been another murder in town.
Great. I was in the wrong side of town.
It is. What is her name? Mother
from Punjar?
Yes.
Shit.
Mother...
I should have connected this yesterday and I didn't. Fuck.
Oh, that is from Williams Prep. Mother Clara has been murdered, and it must have happened in the early morning or during night, because when people arrived at the Temple of Punjar this morning, there was a lot of shit going on, and so they were interrupted and couldn't come there to perform their personal rituals.
So remind me, Punjar is the god of food.
Yes.
And somehow I didn't connect that until just now.
Nope, you did not. Ken moment.
Fuck. Is that where you're gonna fucking cliffhanger me too?
I think I will. I was thinking about it. We're about 2.5 hours into session. It's a single player session. We keep it a little bit shorter. I think we're gonna cut it there. So let's do some XP, shall we?
Fuck. I feel like I'm a dumbass.
At least you don't feel like I'm a dumbass, you know? Then the game's well designed, right?
I feel like you're a dumbass.
Oh boy.
I wrote down Punjar, god of food, and then everything about the rest of the session was about food, and I didn't even think about it.
You can write down a Mother Clara as a halfling, by the way.
Mother Clara hasn't murdered and was a halfling.
Yes. Religious turmoil in this town is going up.
It always is with you. You really love your religious turmoil. It's your favorite thing.
I spent the week before we had this session, I was at my mom's place, and I was writing world lore, and I was writing a lot of religious, because I was gonna run Lucius. I wanted my religious stuff to be really hammered out, so I've been binge watching a bunch of Religion for Breakfast and the new Crash Course Religion with John Green series.
Mm-hmm.
And getting really deep into how to flavor religion to be really interesting in a homebrew world.
Yeah.
Here we go. Per successful use of special ability. Nope. Player has a clever idea. I thought of something earlier where I was like, that's a really clever idea. And then I didn't write it down.
You didn't write it down? How could you? I had a bunch of clever ideas.
You did,
I feel like
I really like. I think you're constantly having clever ideas. It's the thing.
Yeah, I feel like the way that I sussed out the food affiliation at Croc House.
Yep.
I feel like I just asked really good questions.
You did. I think that thinking of places like Croc House and Crumley Goods was clever as well.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I'll give you a 100
I
XP
feel
for
like
that.
go. I feel like going to the east side looking for probably imports in relation to Arnold was also a clever idea. It just was wrong,
Yeah, I'm not
but it
gonna
was a
give you anything
clever
for that,
idea.
but I'll give you 100 XP for clever ideas today. You definitely had some.
Sure,
Saved your own
I had.
skin? No. Roleplays his character well? Absolutely. I think you were a good Mr. Constant interview man, and it's very fun. This entire session is just going around talking to NPCs, trying to suss everything out, and that's exactly what you
Yeah.
wanted. So, I've I've
Yes.
I've made the campaign that you fucking commissioned. Um, perfect. So yeah, take another 200 for role playing well. And I think that's it for experience, actually. I know a little bit of story experience because we have progressed. Take another 200 for story experience because we got pretty far today. I think.
By the way, I was gonna ask at the beginning of the session, but wasn't I supposed to get experience if I did a good recap?
Ooh, we didn't even do a recap.
We didn't,
Yeah.
which was upsetting to me because I forgot, and then I was like, wait, I have like a perfect recap. I like studied this like 2 days ago to remind
Yeah.
myself,
Yeah.
so I would get good XP on this, and then you
Damn.
never asked me to recap
I never
anything.
asked you to recap because I also studied my notes before this. I was really on top of it. So I didn't think of it. Normally, when I have
Very.
multiple players, I ask them to recap because I don't trust any of them to remember anything. And that is also my time to do prep. But I was really well prepared today because you were late. Well,
Huh,
we had different understandings of when we were gonna start. Um, we had different we understood the term "I'll contact you sometime after lunch" differently.
yeah,
Yeah. So I had a lot of extra prep time, and so I was really on top of it.
you should give me 500 XP for recap. I think.
No, I was going to recapping was never gonna be more than like 50 to 100 XP. So no, no,
That's
no,
fine.
no, no. Cool. You know what you can do if you want some extra experience?
What's that?
Um, what is a cool old timey cop fact?
A cool old timey cop fact?
Like before
What do
the
you mean?
days of modern technology, what is a cool law enforcement fact?
Law enforcement fact.
Yes, to spice up the episode.
Um, um, cool law enforcement fact.
Of the old
All the cool
times.
facts I can think of are definitely just like TV embellishments and not real.
This is something that I know they did in a pirate campaign. They started every episode by asking about a cool pirate fact, and
And the
whoever
thing
had a
I'm thinking
cool
of the
pirate
most,
fact got some XP.
the thing I'm thinking of the most, which is clearly not real, it's just a thing that happens in Colombo. But in Colombo, he always tells head office where he's going to be. That way they can call him because he doesn't have a cell phone because the sucking 70s. So
Hmm.
there's constantly just like phone calls to random people's houses. And it's like, oh yeah, I told them I was going to be here. It's for me.
That is a cool cop fact. It's not very old, but it's old enough that it's different and interesting. Yeah, take 40 experience for your cool cop fact.
40 experience time, cool contact. I have 9,450 experience.
No, you don't.
When I mistyped the zero. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
so how much XP you got?
940.
940. Cool. So you're about a session away.
Yeah, next session I'll probably level up.
Yeah, especially if you accomplish something. Do you feel like you are understand the situation more or less than at the start of the session?
I understand the situation more, but I also feel like I am very boxed in right now. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of places left to go. The
Mm-hmm.
problem is that I still don't have any idea who the culprit could be, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I have like vague like person who hates Polly slash wants to sabotage Polly food imports for some reason,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know who that would be or why they would be doing that or like
Yeah.
I've got nothing. I've got absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done.
So like I understand like more of like what's being targeted, how it's been targeted, stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. The other side, which is the side where I actually try to find the fucking killer,
Mm-hmm.
I feel completely lost on.
Well, maybe you'll be able to do some nice crime scene investigation in the Temple of Punjar then.
Yeah, I guess that is what happens next time, huh?
That is the cop drama trope, right?
Investigation. Yeah.
Cool. Everyone watching, thank you guys for watching Irondice mode. And see, on the last episode with David, I introduced a tagline for the show, which is super cringe and super lame.
Oh, good.
But I will say it, and you were not allowed to laugh at me, okay? When I say it. So thank you guys for watching Irondice mode. Never say gameplay, never re-roll.